Bring it a bit closer.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Adam, thank you for joining me on JV Talks.
How you going, Harley?
Good, mate. What have you been up to this morning?
Up nice and early. Went to the gym, then went to the shop. The shop opens at 6:30, so I'm there about 6 o'clock. And then, just serving some customers, prepping for the day ahead, and now here we are, about 10:30 in the morning, so it's been busy so far.
Was it hard to get off? Like this hour to come in and have a chat to me? Or you got it
It's not
covered
bad.
pretty easy?
Usually I've got myself there. I'm there most of the time every day, and then I've got another girl who works 7 till 4, and then I've got another one that comes in over the lunch period from 10 till 2. So this period's not bad. Just before lunch, so that's all right. But if it was at the lunchtime or the main times, it's a little bit hard. But like any food place, a lot of people come in rushes, so you sort of know your times and your moments where you can sort of duck out and duck off.
Yeah.
So 10:30 is a good time for me.
Do you have a 2IC down there?
Well, my mum's had time off, so she's had 6 months off from the Commonwealth Bank. So she's been there for like 35 years. So she's on annual leave at the moment. So she's been sort of helping me a little bit. But then the girls there that I've got there, they're actually guns, so they're pretty good. So they can sort of run the show without me, which is what you want.
Yeah, great. How old are you?
26. Yeah.
Still a baby?
Yeah, just turned 26 the other day. I still feel like a baby. I still think I'm a little bit immature for my age, but I'm young at heart. But
Do you feel like 30's the end?
Nah, I don't know. The end is whenever you make it. Like, I want to be one of those 50-year-old dads or 60-year-old dads that can still hang around with the 25-year-olds and have a bit of fun. So, yeah, that's me. I want to be fun.
Yeah. All right, before we get too deep into it, do you want to let the Shepparton locals know who they're listening to?
So my name is Adem Barolli. I'm 26. I've born and bred here, grew up here, went to Orville Primary School, then went to 2 different high schools, then went to Melbourne, studied a Bachelor of Sports Journalism, finished that, lived overseas for 6 months, come back to Shepparton, started working as a sports journalist for about a year, did that, then got involved in network marketing, still involved in that, and now, a business owner here in Shep, and just have opened up Nutrition 3630. So that's me in a nutshell. One of 3 siblings, big family, ethnic boy. So you love to have fun and socialise and mingle with a lot of different people.
Yeah, great. So, are you from Shep originally?
Yeah, born and bred here.
Yeah. Great. What were you like as a child?
Cheeky. Cheeky was probably the best word that most people describe me as a child.
What number sibling are you?
3. I'm the third last child. Yeah,
okay.
so I've got an older sister. She's 30 with 3 kids. And then I've got my brother my sister's not 30. My brother's 30. My sister's 32 or 33. My brother's 30. And then, I'm the youngest, 26. So 2 boys and a girl.
Yeah. The youngest one usually is the most cheeky.
I think so. I got away with a lot. Still do. But, definitely probably cheeky as a child, but fun.
Yeah.
Like, I like to have fun. That's the biggest thing. Sometimes I might be a little bit annoying because I'm trying to have fun maybe in a serious situation.
Yeah.
But that's something I've probably got to work on a little bit.
I don't think I've ever seen you without a smile on your face.
Yeah. I think, positivity is key. Trying to be happy, have fun, and enjoy life as much as possible.
Yeah. And do you think that's something that your folks instilled in you, or you're born with it, or?
No, I think come from a very caring family and happy-go-lucky family as well. So I think that's sort of, I was born with it, instilled in me as well. So, and just a lot about, I like to do a bit of personal development as well, reading books and stuff like that. So I think mindset's a big thing.
Yeah.
And you see people like in the morning, they just don't want to get up or don't want to do anything, mate. We're awake, we're alive, so make the most of the opportunity that we have.
Yeah. I feel like gratitudes come with maturity for me. Like, I'm very grateful to be alive now, but I don't think you really realise that when you're younger. Well, I didn't anyway.
Yeah. I think I agree with that. I personally, growing up, wasn't really, grateful and stuff like that. I've been lucky to grow up with the family I have, had a lot of things, never went unlucky. But I think once I got into network marketing, they're big on personal development. I would never read a book at school, nothing. Like, I changed high schools because I was a cheeky student.
Yeah.
Like, I went to Shep High from year 7 and 8, then Notre Dame 9, 10, 11, 12. Still, your environment determines you a lot as well. I was probably hanging around the wrong people. But, yeah, and then getting involved in network marketing, starting to read books. You know, I had a goal 2 years ago to read 24 books in a year. I did that, like 2 books a month. Probably haven't read as much of late as I would have liked to, but it's always about trying to become better as an individual. And I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. So there's always room for improvement, room for becoming better, and I still make mistakes, but it's about learning from them.
What do you think reading does for you?
It helps with my concentration, definitely. I'm struggle to concentrate for long periods, but just puts me at ease. Like, you just sort of sit there, go through the pages, think about what you read. Sometimes it's just you're reading, but you're not thinking about what you read as well. Your head goes elsewhere, and I read a few pages and I'm like, what did I just read? So I go back and really try and focus on what I've read, and yeah, just opens up your horizons listening to different people who have done what you're trying to do before you. So why not take notes and listen to them?
Yeah.
There's no point making the same mistake twice.
Yeah. It's great emulating people who have done it before.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't have to make all the mistakes
You don't
yourself.
have to reinvent the wheel. If you're trying to do something, someone's already done it, we'll just not copy it, but try and mimic it and add your own flair to it.
Did you find it got easier reading? So when you committed to reading 24 books in 12 months,
Yeah.
Did you find by the end of the...
Yeah, say the
the end
10th
of
month
time?
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. No, like anything, it takes 10,000 hours to become really good at something.
Yeah.
So, you know, reading, after a while, you become a lot better, a lot quicker, a lot easier, and you're finding you're going through your books quicker. So,
Yeah, the problem with me and reading, I love to read as well.
yeah.
But if the book's not gripping me, I'm not retaining any of
100%.
the information. Would you just put the book down then?
Yeah, and then I'll just get a different book.
Get a different book?
Yeah. Because it's hard to, you know, the first chapter is so important, or the first 2 chapters are key. Like, if it doesn't grab my attention right away, I'll be starting to think of a lot of other different things, or just, I won't read this, I'll get a different book. So, like, a lot of the books are on mindset, positivity. One I just read the other day, actually, called Legacy by James Kerr.
Yeah.
It's a really good book about the All Blacks and
Yeah.
how they become the most successful sporting organisation in the world, and the basic fundamentals of how they did that. You know, about cleaning the rooms or sweeping the sheds, you know, just from the little things, making sure that they're grateful for the environment, that they're not, you know, having those big egos. They're just doing the simple things right, and, you know, creating a unique environment of a team of individuals, but performing as a collective. So that's a really good book. And then, you know, there's all different ones. The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich, Screw It, Let's Do It by Richard Branson. So just all different ones.
Those last 2 books you mentioned,
Yeah.
how do you feel about people who want a mansion and think about it? Like, what's the next step for them?
Action. My old man actually he loves it. You know, Nike's quote, just do it. You know, we can manifest and talk about these things as much as we want, and, you know, try and have the law of attraction. Like, for example, I was thinking about my shop this morning, how I personally haven't made this shake for a while. And then the next 3 people I served asked for that shake I was thinking about. So I was like, that's the law of attraction right there. But if you want, like, my goal is, you know, to have a Bentley, Lamborghini. Like, I want the sickest cars and, you know, live a really good lifestyle. But it ain't going to happen if I just think about it. You have to do it. You have to put the actions in place for those things to occur. So it's all well and good to think about it, but if you're not putting in the work, there's no point.
Yeah, I like the idea of, like, as a man thinks, that's what he becomes.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, the law of attraction, that
Yeah.
seems more like a hopeful
Yeah.
sort of way to look at, or
Yeah.
a wish. But I think if you think a certain way, you act
Yeah.
differently.
Well, I was actually saying to someone the other day, there's a quote, I think it's along these lines, it's, I am what I think you think I am.
Yeah,
So I'll say
explain
again.
it.
So
Yeah,
I am what you think I am.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I think that you think I'm a shy guy, or if I think you think I'm lesser of you, I'll portray myself that way. But if I think that I am equal to you, or we're on the same level, or that you think I'm a good person, well, I'll naturally come across that way. Does that make sense?
100% it makes sense.
Yeah. So if you, for example, this will go off topic a little bit, but if you go out one night to a club and you see a girl and you go, oh, she's too good for me, well, you got no chance straight away.
Yeah.
But if you think you're on par or you're better than her, people will generally want what they don't have. And if they think someone's superior to them,
I 100%.
do you get me?
Yeah,
That analogy, I don't
People-
know if that's good for the podcast,
Yeah.
but
Like, I'm a different person
Yeah.
for the people that I'm around.
100%.
Like, some people I'm a mentor,
Mhm.
and then sometimes I'm a jokester.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How does that quote that you just said make you feel? What do you think about that?
it's spot on. Sometimes you're in environments where
It requires something different.
yeah, something different of you. And if you're in an environment and I'm with 40-year-olds, well, I'm not going to be the same as I am with my 3 little cousins who are in their teens. So you got to step up, elevate yourself to your surroundings, but believe that you should be a part of that environment too. Don't think of yourself as lesser to anyone.
Yeah. When you're showing these different masks, would you
Yeah.
call it? Like, not in like a negative
Yeah.
hiding who you are, but just being who you need to be for the
Yeah.
situation. That can get draining.
It can, but I think you still got to be you too. Like you said, masks to a certain degree, where you got to adapt to the environment 100%, but you need to be you in that environment too. You can't just play that character.
Yeah. So you walk into a room, like you walk into work. This is
Yeah.
a perfect example, right? Your staff see you as a happy-go-lucky manager that they can go to, right?
Yeah.
You've had a really bad day.
Yeah,
You can't put on that mask.
yeah.
Like, how do you deal with that?
Always, when you walk through that
Do you just
door,
fake
leave your problems at home.
Yeah.
I had this conversation the other day. Leave your problems at home. I could be going through so much at home, but I don't show it at work. And that's the biggest thing. You want people to come in and have a happy environment, a great place, When someone walks in, you don't want, them to go, hey, going, yeah, all right. I'm always never been better, excellent, or just something different.
Yeah.
Where they go, oh, this guy's on today, like he's up and about. You want to create a positive environment. So regardless of what's going on outside of the shop in my life, I never portrayed in the shop. And I always tell the staff the same thing. Whatever's going on outside your life, if you don't want to be here or you can't be here, I'd rather you stay home than bring bad vibes.
So good.
Even the stickers on the cups, one of them says good vibes only. So it's all about being positive and creating a good atmosphere where people want to be around.
Yeah. When do you deal with those emotions?
Oh, every time. Life's not perfect. You have situations that arise that pop up out of nowhere. Then sometimes you wake up and you're like, it's cold. You know what? Don't worry about it. You got to get up. Got to do it. Let's win the day. There's just different situations. Or you might be in a rush, or things don't go to plan at work, and then you can't do things that you were hoping to do later on after work or whatever. So all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But you just got to get on with it and just do it.
Yeah. So, like, the emotions you leave at the door, you don't take to work, right?
100%.
You've had a bad day. Who do you speak to about that? Or do you deal with that yourself? And
Deal with it
how
myself.
do you deal with it?
I think it comes back to the gratitude a little bit. Like, really, we're alive, we're here, we're kicking. Nothing's as bad as what it really seems to be. And everyone's problem seems to be worse than everyone's problem too.
Yeah.
Or someone else's problem, I should say. So, yeah, it's just being grateful. Like, someone's in this world's far worse off than what I am. I've got a roof over my head. I'm living pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Then you got people in third world countries that are struggling for water. I've got a filter at work that I just tap and clean water comes out. Like,
Yeah. We've got nothing to
yeah,
complain
we've got
about.
nothing to complain about. You might have a shit day, so be it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's good advice. And I relate to a lot of what you just said. Great. So you spoke a little bit about your journey.
Yeah.
What were you like in high school?
I was cheeky.
You said you are.
Yeah, I was very cheeky. I used to
moved
get
school.
suspended a few times.
What does that mean, cheeky?
I used to
Speaking back to teachers or something?
Yeah, speaking back to teachers, attitude. Used to swear quite a bit. So I was probably hanging around the wrong people as well.
Yeah.
You become in your environment, the average of the 5 people you hang around with. So that probably wasn't good. And then, one day I just thought I wanted to change schools. I got suspended for saying something to a teacher I definitely shouldn't have. And then my father made me write 1,000 times on a lined piece of paper, I will think before I speak. You know, like Bart Simpson does on at the start of The Simpsons on the chalkboard. I had to do that, but on a lined paper, and I miscounted and did it like 1,080 times, so I was spewing. So I did it more than I had to. But I just said I want to change schools. And then, went to Notre Dame from year 9. And I still wasn't perfect. I was actually probably better. I was definitely better at Notre Dame. But started hanging around different people, different environment. And then, become better. And
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to change when the people that you surround yourself expect you to be a certain way, which kind of comes back to what we were speaking about at the start. Like, somebody once explained to me, like a movie, like let's say it's a romantic comedy, right? And then you start showing up like it's an action thriller,
Yeah.
right? Like if the people around you are going to start criticizing you
Yeah.
and be who you normally are,
Yeah.
right? They're not going to let you feel that new person you're trying to
Yeah.
be. They're going to try and keep you
Yeah.
as you are. So
And sometimes it's like, even your friendship group, as good as they and close as they might be, there's jealousy out there. There's some people who are still envious and they don't want to see other people win,
yeah,
because then you're going to leave them. Do you get me? Behind? If you know what I mean. So it's about finding the right people to hang around with and making sure that you're in the right group where everyone wants to see everyone win.
yeah,
And J. Cole's got a song, Middle Child, and I always rave on about this. There's 2 quotes in it. It says, "What good is first class if my homies can't sit?" So what's the point, of having all this success if you're doing it by yourself?
yeah,
And then what good is the bread if my there's a swear word in there, my homies can't eat? So it's exactly the same thing. So it's like, well, what's the point of winning if you're doing it on your own? There's so much satisfaction in helping others succeed too.
100%. And that would be in your personal definition of success.
Yeah.
Seeing your friends, family
Yeah.
do well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think success was when you were in high school?
I wanted to play sport. I wanted to play AFL, like basketball, whatever. So that was success for me, like
Yeah.
being an athlete. But it was probably that in a nutshell, being a famous actor or athlete or something like that. But there's just so much more to success now than what was back then, in terms of family, faith, spirituality, emotion, like everything. Like it's the circle of life. There's so much more fundamentals than just being this soccer player that I wanted to be or something like that.
Were you encouraged to pursue those dreams?
Yeah.
Did you speak them out loud, or did you kind of keep it to yourself in the back of your head?
What, for being
being like an athlete?
Yeah, definitely. I was not bad at footy when I was younger. So I did like a lot of trials, like big country and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then played like Gators basketball, played a lot of soccer as well. So I was always encouraged to follow that passion, and then I probably got I was always encouraged. Definitely, my parents always take me here, there, everywhere, everything that I needed to do. Would always get injured though. Like I broke my collarbones twice, fractured foot, always injured. But definitely encouraged to chase my dreams, whatever they are.
Yeah. And then did it shift to the media?
So growing up, loving sport, absolutely love it. Always wanted to either play sport or be involved in sport. So it was a sports journal. I used to commentate sport when I was younger. Did like a few of the high school grand finals, the videos that would have my commentary on it.
Yeah.
And then I actually worked on radio too at 1FM with a mate of mine, Tyler. We had our own radio show every Wednesday from 5 till 7. This
That's
was in
awesome.
year 10 or 11, I think. So did that. And then, I was like, well, if I can't play it at elite level, I want to be involved in it. So started commentating, getting involved in radio writing. And then, sort of led me to my degree, which I didn't get into first. Like, I wasn't the best student in terms of education-wise. So, my ATAR wasn't that good. And then I did a diploma for 12 months in Melbourne in mass media and communication, and then went straight into second year sports journalism. So I managed to get my way around that. And that's for anyone that listens to. Your ATAR isn't the be-all and end-all. There's ways around anything.
Yeah.
You just got to network and communicate with people, and then you'll find a way. So I did that for 3 years and then moved to England as well, which was awesome. Experienced to travel around Europe while I was there. And then, a job came up at the Shep News to work in the digital space first. And it was always going to be a stepping stone regardless of how long I was there. And then did that for about 3 months. And then one of the sports journos left. And I was already writing some articles here and there for them. And when that job came up, I just went straight for it. And it was pretty much a shoo-in from the get-go.
That's such a cool story, man.
Mm.
Because it's not exactly what you wanted, but it was close.
Yeah.
Like somebody who wants to be a doctor,
Yeah.
doesn't get the ATAR to.
Yeah.
You can still become a nurse.
Yeah.
And they do 80% of what the doctors do.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway. So it's not exactly what you want, but it's close.
Yeah.
And then if you're persistent enough,
Yeah.
it's funny how things pan out sometimes.
Yeah, so that was the goal, to get into that sort of space. But then the industry itself was sort of changing a lot, and then I realised it wasn't really what I wanted to do as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can think it's what you want to do until you really work in that industry. and then do it for a period of time. And, you know, I was working long hours behind a computer screen all day. I was trapped indoors. I'm outgoing. I like to have fun. And then, you know, just sitting there and typing all day, it's just doing my head in. So, like, I used to get up every 20 minutes and just go for a walk or fill up my water bottle or something just to break it up. So then, that's why when I realised I needed to change or do something different again.
Beautiful. What did you get into then?
So whilst I was at the news, I was involved in network marketing at the time. So I was doing that, and then I ended up replacing my income within that 12-month period doing network marketing part-time. So I was promoting Herbalife nutrition products, built a client base, built a distributor base. And then when I replaced my income and then it sort of took over from my full-time job, that was when I decided to quit my full-time job and then, you know, do Herbalife full-time. I've been doing it since 2018, I think, for the past 3 years. So it's been good fun. So still doing that, and then the shop come up as well. Like, I always had intentions of opening a shop like that, and then the right location, the timing was there, and then bang, got it going.
How does replacing your full-time, can you explain how all that works? Like, how do you make money through promoting Herbalife, or how you did?
Yeah, so I initially lost 35 kilos in 5 months on the products.
Yeah.
So I sort of fell into the business, had no intentions, and then a few people just started asking what I was doing. So I was just telling them I was taking these products. If you want some, let me know. Mm-hmm. So I was having meal replacement shakes. I was eating healthy foods. And then they started asking the question. I just got them on board. They started buying the products off me. And then I was making some more money here and there. And then there was other distributors that were getting involved as well. And then from there, you know, I was making retail income, a wholesale income, some royalties off that as well. And then, it just started picking up. And I was running a business outside of my full-time hours. So I was working, there's a saying, I forget it now, it just slipped out of my head. Part-time on your I've gone blank. I'll get it back. But I was working full-time and then part-time. Sorry. Excuse me. I forget that saying now. But I was working my full-time job and then doing Herbalife part-time, and it just surpassed it. So I thought I'd commit to that.
How much, I don't know if you don't have to answer this question, but like, how much money could somebody expect to make doing what you do or doing what you did through Herbalife? Like, is it good coin? Like, how much do you have to sell?
Sorry. You're only limited by imagination and hard work. There's people involved in network marketing who make an extra $500 a week, a month. Then there's people who earn $20,000 a month, $30,000, $100,000, $200,000 a month.
Yeah.
So it's crazy what's possible.
Yeah.
I think network marketing has a bad perception out there compared to your corporate job.
Mm-hmm.
But what's possible is unbelievable. I think just people don't open up their eyes to what is possible.
What's the perception?
I think because it's direct selling, so a lot of people think, it might be a pyramid scheme, it might be this or that, that people are only trying to do it to make money. Or anyone in real life does something to make money. At the end of the day, everyone needs money to live. But I think the biggest perception is that it's a pyramid scheme, but really it's not. At the end of the day, you get paid for the value that you bring to your marketplace. So I make more money than the person who got me involved in Herbalife.
Yeah, okay.
So it's you versus you. It's what you do.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the biggest perception. And I cop it all the time, but it doesn't faze me really, because people only know what they know. Until they know differently, then they'll understand.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
It's like the corporate world. Like, that really, in my opinion, is a pyramid scheme. Because you got your CEO, you've got your manager, your assistant manager, your supervisors, and then your employees.
Yeah.
You ain't going to level up unless one of those people leaves.
Do you feel like our generation is coming more towards people willing to go on their own journeys?
100%. It's different.
I feel like people are waking up to what you just said.
Yeah.
Like, I think the future for the fitness industry, right, there'll be one big commercial gym in each town, and then there'll be tons of owner-operated gyms.
Yeah.
It won't be 5 or 6 commercial gyms running the place. It'll be people who actually care, starting their own gym, right, making a little bit of extra money than what they would working somewhere else, and absolutely loving where they work instead of just rocking up, getting $60,000 whether they do a shit job or a good job.
Yeah, definitely. I think our parents' generation was you get that one job, you stay in that job. And that's a perfect example of my mother, like I said before, 35 years at the Commonwealth Bank. Since she left school, she's been at the bank. It might be different roles, or she's been a financial planner for 25 or something. But they get a job, stay in a job, get a secure paycheck. I think our generation now is more about having life experiences, one. Two, just having a crack, becoming an entrepreneurial, doing things differently, getting away from the norm. And you're trying new things and being accepting change or accepting different circumstances. Whereas beforehand it was like you do this, school, work, home. Where now it's like, school, work, yes, it might be online, it might be in person. There's just so many different ways, especially with the online space, social media, digital marketing and stuff like that. There's just so many different ways to make an income. Even whether you're an influencer or whatnot. Who would have thought 10 years ago that there was people who would just be influencers online making career level income? So there's just so many different ways now to make an income where people are more acceptable of what other people are doing.
Yeah. Do you think this could lean too far the other way, where so many people just want to work online and do their own things that there's no one out there fixing the power bowls? There's no one at Hungry Jack's flipping the burger?
I don't think so. A lot of my friends are trades and my father works in the trade as well. There's always going to be a niche out there. There's always going to be people that we need or we rely on, whether it be a builder or a sparky or a plumber or something like that. And I think their value will actually go up because of supply and demand. So there'll still be a lot of trades out there and still be a lot of people who are doing those jobs. And I think they will benefit from it as well.
Yeah, of course. All right. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Nutrition 3630?
So that's a pretty cool concept. Like I said before, only 5 weeks old now. It's something that I wanted to do, and it was just about finding the right location, the timing, and it's popped up now. Trying to create good vibes, healthy hangout. We've got our shakes, teas, protein waffles, smoothie bowls, and just somewhere where you can go and have fun, relax and get the good nutrition into you that we all desperately crave.
Yeah. How long has it been in the works for?
It's something that I wanted to do. I saw a similar concept in America, and I thought it'd be pretty cool here. And then, probably the last 6 months, I've thought more and more about it. And then, the location come up, and then signed the lease like late December. And then it was like a 6-week turnaround over the Christmas period to get it going. And then I've got my cousin who's a real estate agent next door as well. So we co-leased the one premises and then did the renos together with my father, and then got it going pretty quickly. So it was funny, because we got the location, started doing it, and then in the process I had to design the menu, we had to design the shop, we had to do literally everything from scratch. So it was just one thing leading to another. So like since December, it's been long days, long hours, like haven't really stopped. So I'm looking forward to this Easter break, Good Friday, I'll have a day off. But it's been pretty continuous since then. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you don't really think about when you're opening a shop or doing stuff like that, dealing with council, getting permits, making sure the recipe's right, and then dealing with people with intolerances as well, who might be gluten intolerant, lactose intolerant, whatever it is. You don't realise how many people actually out there are affected by that kind of stuff. And then you've got the vegans that are coming in, and then you've got, it's all fun. It's all part of the journey, and it's all about learning different things. But it's been awesome so far.
All the hard work, like in reflection, you'll feel so good about that you did it all. You did it all yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of people come in and ask, who did the shop or who did this? It's like my dad, myself, my cousin, and then you think about it. Like it was hard at the time, but really it's not that hard if you get me. At the time, you're stressing more about it. You go, I've got to do this, got to do that. But when you look back, it was hard, but there's harder things out there. Again, similar to what we were talking about before. But it is definitely rewarding. And then the other day, someone come in and goes, can I speak to the boss? And I was like, I'm the boss. Like, that was the first time I'd said, like, I'm the boss. Yeah. And I was like, gee, that felt good. Like,
what did he want to speak to you about?
I was like advertising or something, someone from some place. But he goes, can I speak to the boss? And I was like, I'm the boss. Yeah. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like you've been working for yourself for a long time, but now you've got like you're a pillar in the community now. You've got a shop front, you've got employees, like you are a true boss.
Yeah.
How awesome, man.
Yeah, so it's a bit different. Like you said, I've been doing my network marketing stuff, but to then have the shop front, have employees, and do a lot more sort of in terms of a boss, or what a boss would do, it was pretty rewarding.
I won't be able to give you any examples, but I definitely have seen people try and start health food stores before in Ballarat and Warrnambool, where I used to live. And then obviously we had like Oliver's open up, which is obviously just a slightly healthier option than the other options. And they haven't done very well.
Yeah.
Like, were you concerned about that at all? Like,
not really, because I believe in my product, what I sell, the location, the environment, the culture that I'm trying to create there. And I think a lot has to do with the location. Like, I believe I'm in a very good spot. Like, Fry Street is like the Lygon Street of Shepparton. So many cafes, a lot of people walk through there. TAFE people walk past, school kids walk past. So you get a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people coming in. And it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah, I feel like Fry Street is something special.
Mm.
Like, if I was going to show someone Shepparton, that'd be part of the tour. Like, we'd go walk down there, show you all the food places, and it just seems like a nice vibe.
Yeah, 100%. And there's so many cars that drive down Fry Street, but what for? If they're not stopping to get a coffee or whatever, if you go through town, you're going to drive through Fry Street just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just want to go down Fry Street and see if they see anyone, really.
Yeah. Would have you made it happen if it wasn't on Fry Street, or would you just waited?
I would have waited. Might have made it happen, but the location was like...
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, set in stone, so...
Yeah. You want to build a good culture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually have one of my members... she went down... Oh, lots of my members go down there. But one of my members specifically went down, and you said to her, "Oh, I know you." And she must have said, "Oh, yeah," and introduced herself.
Yeah.
And next time she came in, you remembered her name.
Yeah.
And she came back and told me that.
Yeah.
And that made her feel really special.
Yeah.
So is that how you're hoping to build the culture? Just kind of get to know the people coming through the door?
It's the little things, like remembering what shake a person has, and then when you see them walking in, you start the shake, and then you give it to them just as they're about to order, and that's already done. You just hope they don't change their order. But it's the little things like that, remembering their names, remembering, or what are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to Melbourne. Next time they come in, oh, how was Melbourne? It's just, and they go, oh, he remembers. Or it's just little things. I'm not the best with names. So it's about just trying to do little things to remember a little bit about everyone, that they think, oh, this person cares. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants to feel loved and cared about. So if you can just do one little thing like that, it'll make someone's day. Yeah.
Yeah, great. The other thing that you're doing, which is awesome, is the eating competition, which I came down and tried on the weekend and failed miserably. I was so convinced I was going to smash that, man. Sorry to let you down.
Yeah.
Tell people about that. When does it finish, and what are the rewards?
So we've got a waffle eating competition at the moment. It's our Choc Royale waffles and a birthday cake shake. Who can eat that in the quickest time? It sort of stemmed across one of our workers, Lana, and I was saying, like, I'd smash her in a waffle eating comp. She's like, whatever. And I'd seen her eat. I know how I eat. And I was like, oh, I've got it covered. Anyway, so I said, all right, let's do it. And we'll start a waffle eating comp through here. She goes, all right. So I was like, this will be easy. Had, someone film or whatever. Started. I went in real confident. I was like, not a care in the world. Got through my first, because the waffles are 2 large squares cut up into 4 pieces. Got through my first one. I was like, oh yeah, I've got this in the bag. Got through my second. And then I looked up at her, and then she was like 2 deep already. And I was like, crap, I've got to catch up here. Like, she's doing all right. And then I started putting more in my mouth, and I couldn't chew, then I couldn't drink, and then she ended up beating me. And that was probably the saddest point since I've opened my business. That was a bit of an ego check there. That was terrible. But then from there, it's gained a lot of traction. It's probably got a few weeks left. I haven't really put an end date on it. But then the winner will obviously get 5 free combos or 10 free combos. Haven't really decided yet, but so some free shakes and free teas and stuff like that. But it's all about having fun and just getting people in and trying. Some people have come in real confident, like yourself, or even like me against her. I was like, yeah, it's in the bag. And then you don't do it, and you're like, geez, it's a reality check. And then you get other people coming in who are getting pretty close that aren't confident. So it's good. It's all about having fun, and it brings people in, and
Yeah, 100%.
It's been good.
It was like a fun thing
Yeah.
for me and my friend to do on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Like it was actually like something fun to go and
Yeah.
do and try and beat this waffle eating competition.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of anyone else locally who's doing stuff like that.
Yeah, so like we'll have different things that we do that should happen shortly. So yeah, creating a good environment, like I said. So the waffle eating comp's one of them. I've got other things in the pipe works that I won't touch on yet.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, it's something to do, something to get out. And the waffles are, you know, only 400 calories without the fruit. So 24 grams of protein, 400 calories. It's not bad for some waffles.
I
So
found
you
the
can't
shakes
complain.
really filling.
Yeah, they are. They are. So the shakes themselves are only like 200 to 300 calories, depending on which one you get. And they're jam-packed full of vitamins and minerals, 20 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbs, and about 5 to 15 grams of sugar. So we try and make it as healthy as possible, but taste as unhealthy as possible, because unhealthy tastes better, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Or for most of the time anyway.
Again, I've had some of my clients come and say, "Oh, I agree with the teas. There's
Yeah.
no way they're 13 calories or 14 calories
Yeah.
or anything like that." And I'm like, "Yes, they are."
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I can't promote it as anything else, or else I'm lying.
Yeah, but surely it has some sort of artificial sweetener or
It's got stevia in it, so
yeah.
we use a
or
green
that's
tea.
a natural sweetener. Yeah.
So we use a green tea. We use aloe vera in there as well, so natural aloe vera, which sweetens it up as well. And then depending on the flavour, we use a sweetener, which is stevia based. So there's only 3 or 4 things in there, but it's got a lot of health benefits. It's got your green tea, ginseng, chamomile, aloe vera. So they're really good for you, but they, again, taste unhealthy or taste like a little bit sweet, which people love. And the beauty of them too, you can have it hot or cold. You know, on a summer's day you have it cold, and on a cold day you have it hot.
Yeah.
So there's always the benefits, and there's no sugar as well. So
Do you know much about ginseng?
I know a little bit, not a real lot to devour into it, but
Yeah, okay. I know that they use that in some pre-workouts and stuff like that, I think,
Yeah.
for focus.
yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's got caffeine in it. So it's got about 80 milligrams of caffeine too. So that
What-
would be
That's about one.
about the same as a normal coffee, if not more, I think.
I'm surprised you don't do coffees. We do
I
the
never-
iced coffees.
I do iced coffees. We can have them hot as well. So a lot of people have been having them hot during the colder days. But I want to create a niche in the market. There's already 5 coffee shops in that strip, more.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to create something a little bit different. Our coffee is a protein coffee. So like I said, you can have it hot or cold as well. It's an acquired taste. Some people either love it or some people hate it because they're used to their traditional coffee. But those who have come in have tried it, and like I said, some love it and have come back multiple times for it. And then some people would just prefer your normal short black or latte or whatever. So you can't please everyone.
Yeah.
But I think I'm doing a good job of pleasing those who like what I do. And that's
Yeah.
all part of it.
Obviously, the shop's open to anyone, but would you say it's focused towards people who are more health conscious?
Yes and no, because yes, there are a lot of health conscious people that come in, but there's a lot of people who aren't health conscious that are coming in because they like our taste.
Yeah.
So I want to improve the nutritional habits of a lot of people, help as a lot of people live a healthy, active lifestyle as possible. And if they're coming in because it tastes unhealthy, but they're still getting the health benefits of it, I'm doing my job.
Mm.
If I, had these real healthy things and they tasted healthy, 90% of the people wouldn't come in. But it's all about taste and perception and having them look colourful. Like you got a red tea, a yellow tea, you got blue and red teas, you've got the shakes that have got, sugar-free caramel sauce or some, toppings and stuff like that. They look good, they look appealing. So it's all about the marketing side of it as well. And those stickers on cups, some say cup of positivity, some say good vibes only. One says wake and shake. So people come in to see, what sticker am I going to get? Or they'll post it on their Instagram. And then you got people saying, I saw a blue and red tea on Instagram. What's that? I saw one with sprinkles. What's that? So
Did you come up with these slogans?
yeah, there's still a few more that I'd love to put on there, but I have to wait for my sticker roll to run out. But yeah, they're catchy. And some are borderline whether I should put it on or not. So yeah, it's about finding that balance.
How has the shop been received by the Shepparton community?
Good, I think. Like I said before, you're always going to have people who either love it or don't like it, or people who are going to give you feedback. I've got a lot of returning customers, a lot of people coming in saying they love it. I've got a lot of people on the outside saying they haven't heard a bad word. But then you're going to have people who come in and say, oh, I didn't like the flavour of that one, I didn't like that or whatever. So you can't please everyone, but I think overall it's been really good. It's been consistent since day one. A lot of people are coming through, and it's different as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's been received well. Tell me in 24 months time or 3 years time if it's still pumping, and then I can tell you otherwise. But hopefully it is, and yeah, it's been good so far, and I'm sure it will be. And especially with we're phasing out of the summer period now. Winter's coming, so I've got a different menu that I'll install for the winter period because it's a very, very summer-based business. But I'll have like soups and slices and stuff like that, or protein, like a chicken and like mushroom soup or a pumpkin soup or something like that. And then like overnight oats and puddings and all this kind of
That
stuff.
sounds awesome.
So there'll be variety in the winter period as well.
Yeah.
Which I get asked a lot because a lot of people say, "Oh, what are you going to do in the winter?" Well, the menu will change, slightly.
Yeah, great. Where do you hope the business will be in 24 months? And where do you think you will be in 24 months?
24 months, I'll be 28. Let's put it this way. I've got a goal to have 30 by 30. So we'll talk 4 years instead of 24 months.
Yeah.
So I'll have 30 of these across Australia by the time I'm 30.
Yeah, wow.
Wherever they are, who knows, but I'd love to have one in every state, minimum, and then branch out from there. And then because it's Nutrition 3630, it might be Nutrition 4726.
Yeah.
So that's why I've gone that way, and the way that I have with the shop. It's pretty plain and simple, easy to duplicate. But yeah, I want to have a lot of these, and then I just want to live a life of freedom and choice. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my goal. People want money, but really at the end of the day, they want freedom, and money gets you freedom.
Do you feel like you're a slave to the business at the moment?
Yes, at the moment I am, and I intend to be for a long time. But I enjoy it. I love it. I love going there in the mornings, because then I can still do my other things from there as well. If it's not busy at certain times, I can still work my Herbalife business and do all that kind of stuff. So it gives me a space to go to. It gives me more structure, because I'm pretty easygoing and I've got rubbery arms. And if someone had told me before I had the shop, "Oh, let's go to Melbourne today," all right, let's go, because I can sort of work from anywhere.
Yeah.
Now I've got to be in that one location, and that's okay for now and for the time being. And who knows, I might do it for the next 5 years out of that location. But I'm happy to be a slave to the business. At the end of the day, it's my business and I need it to work. So I'll slave as much as I have to.
Yeah, that's great. All right, awesome. What is the best tasting shake for the people listening? What would you recommend to somebody? Just
when you go to the gym, do you have a favourite exercise that week?
That week?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't change that often. It's usually the same three.
Yeah. So that's like me. So 1 week I'll like one shake, the next week I'll like another, and then another. But when I first opened the shop, it was the Minties one, choc mint.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I love that. That's sick. And then some of the girls started making the butter biscuit, and I started having that a bit more often, and now that I'm hooked on that.
Yeah.
Like I had one just before I come here. Like I've had 2 today actually already, and it's not even 11 o'clock. But yeah, I love that. It's so nice. And then the Gains train as well, post workout, tastes like a Snickers. So that's yum too. But yeah, definitely for me at the moment, the butter biscuit is definitely my favourite. It's funny though, when you're coming up with the shakes, because I had to make it all myself, it was like I was in a drug lab when I first started doing it. I was putting, this much of this much of that, and then you have to make sure the regular is the same taste and consistency as the mega.
Yeah.
And then you'd make a little bit and go, yep, that's fine. Then you'd pour it out. Then you'd have the mega and go, oh, that's a little bit different. So you're going through like 20 serves of each flavour to make sure they're right before you move on to the next flavour. That was a drainer. I was getting so frustrated at times because you're like, how is this different? I've pretty much done the same thing or a very similar thing, and it tastes completely different.
Yeah.
But that was a hard process, like, to get that right. But then once I got it right, it's easy now.
Easy.
Yeah.
Well, what's the most ordered thing on the menu?
Our waffles are pretty popular, and smoothie bowls. The most ordered thing would definitely be the shakes. The Ferrero.
Yeah.
Would be up there.
Yeah, I think it's a safe one for your first time.
Coffee caramel is very popular shake. Butter biscuit as well, because people ask what's my favourite, and then I sort of push them to the butter biscuit. And then the mango or tropicals up there as well. And then with the teas, there's the watermelon, the passion fruit, the pina colada, the peach.
Yeah.
But definitely the waffles are the vegan waffles. They're probably one of my favourite things on the menu, and I'm definitely not vegan. They just taste so good.
Yeah, I had the vegan waffles and I really liked them.
Yeah, they just just taste good.
Yeah, and they had slightly less calories than the Choc Royale.
No, they probably got a bit more, about the same.
About the same.
Yeah, about the same. So they got around 20 grams of protein, probably a little bit more calories. I think like 420 or 450 or something like that off the top of my head. So yeah, waffles are as healthy as it can be for waffles.
Yeah.
And then once you start putting all like the extra fruits and stuff like that, it'll add up. But yeah, without that, they're pretty clean.
Yeah, great. All right, last question, Adem. Who locally inspires you?
Ooh, my parents probably. My dad's pretty successful in his own right in what he does in the construction field. He's done a lot of work here in Melbourne, in Sydney, internationally. So he's done pretty well for himself. And then my mother as well is pretty good at what she does with the Commonwealth Bank as well. Like she got Employer of the Year a few years ago from the CEO, so for what she's done. And like top 10 numerous times for like financial planning and stuff like that. So my parents are pretty driven and pretty successful, or very successful in their own right. So they inspire me to do what I do, and they back me and encourage me to, take risks, take challenges and stuff like that. So definitely those two. And my siblings as well, like my family's pretty tight, so they inspire me as well. In terms of local people that most people would know, it's people like yourself or other people who are having a crack to do things differently or get outside of the norm. Because at the end of the day, you've got to differentiate or die. Like, you don't want to be the same as everyone else and do the same thing and have the same mundane routine. So it's people who are going out there, having a crack, whether you win or learn, it is what it is, not afraid to lose or fail. And I think those are the kinds of people that inspire me to get out there and, try and do my best and live every day as if it's your last.
Yeah. That's a great way to leave the podcast, mate. One quick thing, your Instagram handle for the people listening.
So Nutrition3630 is the Instagram handle, and then my own personal one is Adem Barolli, ADEM BAROLLI.
Beautiful. Thank you for joining me.
Excellent. Thank you very much.